What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy, Rickey Jones Jr., and this is the lovely
Chrystle Jones.
welcoming you to another episode of Don't Keep Up with the Joneses. And, we here doing these marriage videos because, we like to make sure the marriage stays united and together and right and tight.
Keep it right, keep it tight.
Yes, and I think this is phenomenal, and I feel like all married couples, all individuals in relationships to get together and watch this video. You know what I'm saying? Even if women, if you're watching it first and you like, oh snap, like I want to see what they saying first, or men, if you're doing the same thing, you gonna see that it's beneficial for y'all to do it together as far as watch it.
And
It's up to you. Anyway, what's the topic for today?
appreciation.
Appreciation. And we say it so often, so we're gonna get in there, get into the nitty-gritty. So hit them with it.
So, appreciate your spouse. And this really comes from the root of appreciating the talents and the gifts that they have. Sometimes women do it, men do it. Like, you're looking for answers and solutions and all this stuff, the different stuff you have going on, and you sleeping next to it. Because you're not appreciating the gifts, talents, and values that they have, that they can bring to the table. So what do I mean? I'm not that good with numbers.
True.
I'm not the best with numbers. When it comes to setting up the stuff to film, I'm not the best at that. There's several things I'm not the best at. Can I figure it out, struggle through it? Yeah, but I'm not the best at it. But I don't have to be the best at it, because he's great at it.
Right. And guess what else that I love to do? I love to promote. And what you can do right now is go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're gonna wait. We're gonna give you a moment.
You won't miss nothing.
We're gonna give you a moment. You go ahead and click it. Did you click it? Okay, I hope you clicked it. So
We're back. He's great at stuff, so I don't have to struggle to be good at stuff because
Teamwork.
we're working as a team. So I want to challenge you. Like, what things are you looking outside your marriage to try to get people to help you do when really you could be inside your marriage getting the assistance that you need? Because you're really just not appreciating all that your spouse can bring to the table.
right, and it just comes with knowing the person. Like, I talk about it so many different videos. Communication. Like, you might not even know what gifts and talents your spouse does. Like, maybe they go and work and do a job and do it every day, and you think, well, they only do it there. They can only be an asset to their job. Well, no. They can be an asset to your family too. And not only that, but people read books, people watch YouTube videos, people watch movies, people are learning every day. So you probably need to realize and ask what your spouse is really into. Because probably that thing that they're into or looking into or getting more knowledge of, it'll be beneficial to your family and the progression of the things that you want to see, do, and accomplish. And I mean, it's a perfect harmony here. Like, she has some things that she's good at, so I'll do some things like writing or putting together papers or whatnot, and I'll shoot them over to her. Hey, could you read it? Could you proofread it? Could you see if this makes sense? And she'll, make sure we stay right and tight. It's necessary. It is. These titles on these YouTube videos, that's her, because she's the writer. You know what I'm saying? I edit, she writes.
Yes, it works. So
It works.
definitely think about that. Think
Yeah.
about what you're trying to get assistance for outside, and your spouse probably knows how to do it. Because as Christians, we Christians, we done already told y'all that.
Already.
As Christians,
That ain't changed.
if you believe that God put you and your spouse together, then he knew the different things that you would need.
Yep.
So a lot of times, your spouse is going to have the answer.
True.
Can you get it elsewhere? Yeah, but your spouse is probably going to have the answer. And then,
True.
too, just think about how empowered and how good your spouse feels to know that you come to them when something's going on, when you want help, when you need answers. So think of it in that way too, empowering your spouse in the things that they are good at. If Ricky was asking other people to edit his stuff, I'd be like, well, all right, here, you didn't want me to just read it? Like,
Right. And you don't want that. You don't want that unnecessary tension or
confusion.
It's the other word I'm looking for too. Jealousy. You don't want jealousy to pop up because your spouse is out there checking with somebody else, seeing on things that you can actually help them with. So you have to talk, communicate, and sometimes you have to be vulnerable. And that's another big thing that couples, of course, probably try to shy away from just to keep the harmony and happiness going. But it's okay. This is the person that you're going to spend your life with. So sometimes you have to be vulnerable. They'll tell you some things that you probably don't want to hear, but it's okay because it's for your benefit.
Honesty.
It's the best policy, and they're doing it out of love. So roll with it. And then at the end of the day, you all get to come together like, hey, I realize and recognize that I'm not good in this area. I know that you are. I'm going to be vulnerable enough to come to you to get this help. And realizing and knowing that, hey, she loves me. She wants what's best for me, knowing that we have this goal that we want to accomplish. So I'm going to go to her. And I'm going to be okay with what she has to say, even if I don't want it. The other person was going to give it to me unless you got a yes person you're going to. And then, I mean, you're only going to get so far with the yes person. But
Right.
you're going to get the real with the spouse.
And that's good because it even comes out of the unity that we talked about last week in the video. I would also say a sounding board. Your spouse should be your first and number one sounding board. If you have ideas, things that you want to do, business plans, whatever it is, like your spouse should be your first sounding board. They should be your number one team player because again, with the unity, if you're unifying together, if you're acting as a unit, how can you be a unit if they don't even know what's going on?
Facts.
If they haven't been able to hash out the plan with you, let you know, like, oh, yeah, this is cool, this is good. Like, shouldn't that be no surprise to your spouse? I write stuff, I do stuff. You ain't finna surprise him with nothing. He already know. He already know.
I read it.
Because he's my number one sounding board. I ask him, what do you think about this? Is this too much? Is this too little? Like, how do you feel? He's my number one sounding board.
Yeah.
And your spouse should be your number one sounding board. It will help you operate in unity. And then going to them to be your sounding board first also shows that you appreciate their input. You appreciate what they have to say. So,
Work on that for this week. Appreciate your spouse in ways that you haven't before, or in ways that you have but you want to like emphasize on. Do that this week. Focus on appreciating your spouse. And as we say at the end of all of our videos, don't keep up with the Joneses, all right? Because you have so much greatness on the inside of you. And at the end of the day, what are we? We're like the Destiny Gang, okay? We want you to achieve your destiny, achieve the purpose that you was born here to do and to create. So if you want to join with us and fulfilling all the different things that we have in this life to do, click subscribe. Subscribe, because we got things after things after things after things after things after things after things going to motivate y'all to be you. And it is. It is. V's up. V's up. More to come.